You know what time it is. It's about to go down. Welcome to the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I am your host. My name is Elemen2al. Happy Monday. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. We do this every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live, right? But tonight is a little bit different, y'all. Check it out. 193 weeks. And as no real easy way to say it, but tonight is the last Monday night online open mic. All right. We will be moving to a singular night, right? So tonight is a great celebration, right? We will be saying goodbye to the Monday night, but we will definitely still have an open mic. More information to come. I'll be talking about it throughout the evening. But tonight's the last Monday night. And so I am looking forward to everyone who has come through to just celebrate all the creativity that we have created in this space over the past 3 years. Really. Again, more information. It's not a bad thing. It's really a great thing. Really. Let's get it going, right? Again, as I said, we do this every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. If you're watching on one of these streams and you would like to join us in the Zoom, the number's on your screen. It is 279-995-364. Trust and believe it is a different world inside the Zoom. Jump in and join the greatest community in the world. Want to know why I say that? They're going to show you this evening. Trust and believe. We do this week after week, thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills. All right. So we would like to thank the Howard Gilman Foundation, the Poetry Foundation, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, and Education of America for hosting our free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to neweurekan.org/contribute. Make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech in the Zoomverse. The one and only Ron Mark Thompson, aka RMT. You're not down with RMT by now? Damn it. You should be. That cat's all over the place. Truly. Make sure you are plugging in with the squad. Shout out C4, man. All these poets are absolutely incredible. The B is actually hosting right now in the Bowery. It is going down. Storm God's in the building. Stay in the building. Telling you. Crazy, incredible folks. This is where you can find me, Elemen2al.com. Make sure you plug in. So many things coming. So many things going on. Make sure you plug in. Tonight's theme, ain't no mountain high enough, right? What does that mean to you, right? What mountains have you climbed? What zenith have you reached in your life that you looked over and finally said, wow, I didn't realize how much further I had to go. You know, I feel like every time you reach one of those moments, it's like, I got here, but now I see how much further I still need to go, how much more work I need to put in. So, again, your poem doesn't have to be on theme this evening, though, right? We still want to hear your incredible artistry, all right? Next week's theme, and we'll talk about that, paths of the people, the new world, right? What is the new world that your people or people that you connect with, where have they gone? What are the paths that those people got or took to get to their new world, right? The footprints in the past, right? The journey of your ancestors, right? The importance of keeping those memories, those stories alive, and the significance of said ancestry, right? Because without some of those paths that they took, a lot of us wouldn't be where we are. So that's what we're going to look at next week. And look, it's only a couple of weeks left in the year, folks. Really, big 3. So plug in. It should be a great night, as always. Let's get to the rules so we can get to the poetry. Poets, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all the beautiful exuberance that goes into your poetic delivery. All right. Plus, I want to see if you figure out the background, because it can be done. So turn your cameras on. As you're getting ready to rip, have your poem ready. All right. If you're going analog style, dog ear the page, have the file pulled up if it's digital. If you're using music, totally cool. Make sure it's original music. We don't want the agents of the interweb interfering with our stream in any way. So make sure your music is original. And if you're playing original music of some sort, make sure you have on original sound. All right. Original sound, original music, good to go. Poets, you got 3 minutes to rock. All right. Please be mindful of the poets who come after you, right? Listen, we got to keep it tight, right? Because these changes are going to come. I keep telling y'all, and it's coming. It's coming, right? 30-second intro. Let the folks know how they can find you. Keep it to 3 minutes, close as possible, folks. Really. We have reached night 30 for the babies. All right. There are some explicit lyricists in our community and some incredible wordsmiths, telling you, who may trigger some incredible flashbacks or who may bring some, mommy and daddy language to the table, but are the founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not, I said not, be tolerated. There is no censorship. All right. Thou hath been warned. Right. Poetry is a living, breathing trigger warning. Thou hath been warned. This is a true call and response space. After the poets get up here and they rip open a part of who they are and they share it with the world, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share all that energy with the room and the poet. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. It's already the rowdiest night of the week anyway. Let all of that energy flow. All of that energy will come back to you in the poet's performance. So make sure they know you're in the building. The list tonight is closed. All right, sign up begins 24 hours before the show, which would be Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. To sign up, you go to newyourekan.org. Full events calendar. All right, you click on the Monday you want to get down on, you want to perform, need the artist RSVP ticket, which will not populate until 24 hours before the show. Now, listen, even though we're going to be moving, right? We're going to be moving, but all of this still applies, folks, right? All of these steps are still going to apply in everything that we do, all right? Also going on, as I mentioned right now, the New Eureka Bowery Slam hosted by the Beebs. Shout out C4. Listen, an incredible poet. Make sure you plug in that venue. Is so incredible to the cafe. It is going to be a great evening as always. Also, coming up this week, the writing workshop with La Bruja, right? Poems, monologues, and one-person shows, right? Going on at Studio One on East 4th Street, right? Make sure you plug in. She will be coming on IG Live, right, at the same time, so you can plug in with it. And She will also be hanging out with us on Thursday night. I will be hosting Thursday night, right? And we'll give more information about all of this, right? La Bruja will be in the building, all right? So make sure you are plugging in with La Bruja on Thursday on IG before the open mic, and then we will get to the poetry in the evening. Also, the monthly Grand Slam coming up at the end of the month at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater in Times Square, hosted by La Bruja. If you're anywhere in the tri-state area, make sure you fall through. And if you can't make it on time, we're going to have a Twilight open mic from midnight to 1. So make sure you fall through, right? You need to get that poetry out your system before the end of the year. This is where you can do it. So plug in. Tonight's list. Oh, my goodness. I see I made a mistake right here because DG Clearing should be bright and just blue so I can yell at him. Listen, it again, greatest night of the week. And there's all my rowdy friends here on Monday night. Look at all you beautiful poets. It is always great to see all of you in the building this evening. I always look forward to how just incredible. I see you, Gustav, looking dope as ever. Appreciate all that y'all have done and all y'all continue to do. Listen, let's get to this evening, right? Because we got some folks in this building that have been doing this and doing this and doing it well long before some of us have. I'm going to put the list in the chat right now. Setting us off this evening is our resident blacksmith. This gentleman continues to come through and has been one of the pillars of our community for the past 3 years. Michael Sindler, I can't thank you enough for your dedication and your consistency in our community and for being our resident blacksmith, for always keeping your pen so sharp. The one and only Michael Sindler is in the building. Truly appreciate you. Let the folks know where they can find you online. Always great to see you. Please take it away.
Yeah, I'm a little overwhelmed at the moment. This has hit me pretty hard. I do want to start by mentioning the fact that tomorrow there is going to be a special event in honor of Norm Maddox, otherwise known as Norm Mathematics, who is a great poet and incredible human being. And some of us have put together an anthology to let him know how much we appreciate him. And so if you would be nice enough to put that link that I just put up onto the YouTube as well, I would appreciate it. I believe it's 8 o'clock Eastern time. Yeah, it'll be a very special event. As always, I want to go ahead and put a word in for lighthousewriters.org, which, as I've said over and over and over, is a wonderful organization and a wonderful resource for writers of all types and all levels. Whatever you're doing, there's something there as far as workshops and classes and events and just all kinds of stuff to build community. Yeah, like I say, I'm a little stunned, so I'm gonna just get through this best I can. This is a new one. It's called Damn Good Barbecue. We didn't drink the Kool-Aid, but we drank a lot of mushroom tea and ate a lot of damn good barbecue and ran laughing through the streets day and night. We danced and played and fucked and drank and slept wherever the spirit beamed and whenever we careened, and all too often with whoever was in the other half of the dream. We could have built a house from stems and seeds. We could have lived inside harmonies, but too much of a good thing will always end by crashing in rundown Victorians and a long string of shotgun shacks, making installations out of knickknacks and detritus that led to lots of nothing, which was perfect when you think about it. Sometimes even making art that literally flew away. It might have been nice to take a picture, but it doesn't matter anyway. It was all about the moment we let go. And I was going to do something else sort of for the season, but instead, seeing how this seems to be the very, I will do this instead. And it's called I Sing. I sing of joy in community, of soft bonds that do not chafe, that join together without overwhelming or opposing. I sing of joy in rising levels of shared empathic collaboration, threading voices together into luxurious quilt of language and love. I sing of joy and resilience despite horror and frustration reaching up to pull us down. We stay strong, our foundation impervious even to the entropy of depression, the savage stabs of hate's injustice met and matched with slicing ink. I sing of joy and intention, we who found each other and have come together, vast span of globe, no match for our commitment, finding direction towards purpose from each arrowed path around this sphere of promise. I sing of joy in the beauty we hold and share, multicolored blossoms of empathy and art, tossed petals land over all continents to remind the world that there is yet hope. Okay, love all of y'all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Michael Sandler. You're a blessing. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Michael Sandler.
Yes,
Wonderful, Michael.
beautiful,
Wonderful.
beautiful,
It has
beautiful.
been so good to have you here the last
Awesome,
3 years.
awesome.
Beautiful, Michael.
Love you so much. Love your words. Thank you.
So I know that I know I hit everyone with a ton right there. And I apologize about that. Here's the thing. Even though Monday is not going to be Monday, we are still going to have an online open mic, right? It's just that Monday is, so think about it like this, right? The reason why we had Monday initially was because there were so many people on Thursday that we needed another night, right? Hence Monday was born. Now we don't have that problem. We don't have that issue. So we're moving Monday to Thursday, right? And we're also going to be really, Thursday will kind of be the last Thursday night. So this is what's happening, folks. This will be the last Monday night online open mic. Thursday will probably be the last Thursday night online open mic. And then next week, we will come back with the brand new, the online open mic on Thursday, right? So we will have the open mic consistently. It will just be on Thursdays going forward, right? This evening, we are going to celebrate each other and just, as we always do, as we have for the past 3 years, hanging out with each other and doing what we love to do, just as Michael Sandler was just mentioning in his damn good barbecue, right? Right? Wherever the spirit beamed, right? All these things, right? I sing of joy and community. This is what we always have been doing in this place. And that is exactly how I hope that we can continue to do just that, threading voices together, despite the horror and frustration. Thank you, Michael Sandler, for being such a mainstay. Truly, truly appreciate you. All right, coming up next. Oh my goodness, this is why I said I should have had this dude name in blue. I get to yell at this gentleman. I haven't seen this gentleman too long. Had the luxury of hanging out with this cat in New York, had some great cheesecake and some incredible conversation. This dude's energy is absolutely real 100% of the time. The one and only DG Clearing is in the building. Oh my gosh, DG, it's been too long. It is great to see you, sir.
It's
Please,
been way too
take it
long.
away.
I sure am glad that I got here tonight. I want to thank you for the Monday night poetry for the last 3 years. It's been so good to be part of the Pandemic Poets. You are a blessing. The New Eureka's a blessing. I've got one work for you tonight. It's on theme and it fits our last night also. And I love you all. Thanks for being here. So, a torn plaid shirt. There you were, standing in the corner of the bar, alone, looking sultry in your 6-inch heels, skin-tight jeans, and torn plaid shirt, pursing your lips as the band sang a ballad about lost love. You leered at me from the corners of your eyes, batting your morphine lashes of desire as you licked the rim of your glass with malicious intent, filled with 2 fingers of Jack. Then you grabbed me as I walked by like a desperado, never saying a word, pulling me into your lair, filled with the scent of jasmine and Yellowstone, pinning me against the wall, thrusting your crimson claws into the hollow of my back and grabbing my ass like a piece of meat. Then slowly, so slowly, bringing your body against mine, caressing me as I whimpered. Your breath, so slowly blowing into my ear. I twitched in anticipation of the lechery as you pressed farther into me, whispering softly in your seductive voice, "There ain't no mountain high enough, Jack." Letting me go as I crumbled to the floor, shaking and crying, watching my scorched love in 6-inch heels walk by, battering her morphine eyes, shooting back the last of the whiskey in her glass as the band played on. Thank you, everyone. It is so good to be here, and that is my last poem for Monday night. I love you all. A big hug. Thank you, everyone.
Unmute yourself. Give it up for DG.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
true.
you. I appreciate that.
Good to see you.
This poem.
What a performance. Awesome performance, man.
Couldn't have
What
been
a
right if
performance.
you weren't
Thank
here.
you so much.
That was awesome.
Thanks.
Next stop Thursday.
Next Thursday.
You know, DG, it's poems like that, sir, that have always kept me going, right? You have also been a pillar of our community, right? Again, shout out to Pandemic Poets. This was the the creator of said term. This gentleman is 100% real when it comes to what we do here. Thank you for always being so dedicated to our craft, sir, and always being that energy. I love that so much. Batting your morphine lashes of desire. Are you kidding, man? Like, I'm gonna be unpacking that one for a while. Ain't no mountain high enough, Jack. Like, grabbing my ass like a piece of meat, man. I'm telling you, right? Said her morphine eyes shooting back the last of the whiskey in her glass. Like, come on, DG. You've always amazed me with your words, sir. Your poetry is so incredible. Thank you so much for sharing it with us for each and every Monday night that you have come. We thank you so much. One of the original leadoff hitters, by the way. DG was always that one guy that would always get there first. So thank you, DG. Truly appreciate you. All right. I'm trying to stay on point, y'all. For real. Trying to tighten my own self up. All right. Coming up next, our resident rhyme cat, Fireman. another cat who's been rocking with us and rocking with us and rocking with us. Eddie, man, you've just been one of those dudes who have always stayed consistent and maintained your level of poetry at the highest level. I always appreciate you when you come through, man. The one and only Eddie Foreman in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online. Eddie, always great to see you, man. Take it away.
All great to see you too, my brother, like no other, with words like thunder. And remember, thank you for all things that you do. And remember that we appreciate and love you. That is true, Blue. All right, you want to follow me? Feel free. You can look in the chat so I know where it's at. But first, cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. All right. My name is Edible Tattler Fifth Tattoo and come go my rhyme for also sublime. I got my wonderful piece, so you know I'm gonna rhyme. This is called Country Lovin'. Country road, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. The country roads, all my memories got around her. My lady, straight to blue water, dark and dusty, pale on the sky. Misty taste of moonshine, teardrops in my eyes. Every time I look up, I see her in the sky. Country roads, earthly freedom rise. The clear wind beneath my concrete wings. The radiant song Stravinsky sings. Country roads, take me home, right out of this artificial dome. Take me to bluer skies and darkest nights. Lead me to landmarks and earthly sights. The free gales going through my hair, going off to a new spontaneous adventure. Watching the birds and deer's docile stares. Nature's bliss. I want to capture and recapture. Strong tires hitting the rugged concrete, eyes looking at organic towers and steel signs, quickly eating while I'm glued to the seat, observing nature blooming a surreal design. Country roads, how I love and adore you, nostalgic memories sticking to me like glue, lying on top of green, moving grass, diving in a lake, making a big refreshing splash, fishing a vast crystal sparkling blue, hooking a scaly, dancing, a shiny treat, grilling it with hearty and warming stew, eating, chatting, and thinking around the heat. Country roads, thank you so much for your rocky perks and soft blues, even for the unpredictable wild punch. Let's not forget the magnificent views. Country roads, please don't fade. My legend is scribbled across your face. Markings nestled around your cascade. Lessons are in place to be forever seated in your grand grace. Thank you.
See, that's what I'm talking about, Eddie. That's how you do it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Eddie Foreman.
Eddie the Fireman, it's been so good to be here with you all these Mondays.
Eddie, bro, great.
Thank you. Thank you, Eddie. Always having hot words.
Right. Eddie always got the words on deck, right? Always. That's the one thing you can never, ever miscount about Eddie, right? He's always going to have his rhyme, and he said that, right? Please forgive my time, because you know it's going to rhyme. Like, listen, but I'm so thankful that you stayed committed to that, Eddie, right? You could have flipped around and did some other things, and but you stayed consistent to who you are, Eddie, and I've always appreciated that about you. Really, and all the things that we've done, you have enhanced. You've only gotten better, but you've always stayed who you are, and I always appreciate that about you, Eddie. In that poem, right? Country loving. Listen, anytime you are a part or in the country, man, there's something about it. The air smells different. It feels different, right? You said that earthly freedom ride, right? Take me home. Sometimes it is those country roads, gravel, where it's not even all the way. It's that gravel, man. It's something about it. For me, indeed, something about it. The rocky perks and soft blues, right? The magnificent views, all of those things are so, so important, and they embrace you all the well, all better. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, Eddie. We appreciate you for always coming through, for being a mainstay, and always having your rhymes on deck, man, and always having them sharp. Appreciate you. All right, coming up next, listen. Oh, yeah. Love when this cat comes through, man. I'm telling you, because his energy is always there, man, for real. A newer mainstay of our community continues to come through with some hot news, You know what I mean? But again, ever since he's come through, he has rocked and also his girl has rocked. I believe they are possibly gonna be rocking very soon. I don't know if you're up. Look, see, you see how they got it? It's already together. And if there's something else happening, listen, I'm here for it. Come on, he's got the. Oh yeah, baby. Listen, this dude is so. Come on. This is the one and only Dre Reyes, y'all. Make sure they know where they can find you online, man. Always good to see you. Take it away.
Nothing is nothing elemental, yeah. Anyway, my name is Dre Reyes. You can find me on Instagram at DreRay90. I have 2 poems for tonight. Both off off theme, but I think it's fitting in a sense. So this one's untitled. I just finished it today. God bless rich people during the holiday season. Your ability to afford to not only buy all those decorations, but to be able to afford the electric bill amazes me to no end. You fucks. Maybe I shouldn't say that. It works for rich people. I wouldn't have had the sweet double recliner sofa chilling in my living room, or these free, tame, not psychedelic light shows y'all provide outside that I can't add to my own soundtrack to. My ADHD thanks you. And seeing how it is unseasonably mild as of late, the Moss wants to subscribe to your home's Only Lights account. The sleeping medication manufacturers thank you as well, for their sales have increased by 141 2/3% since October, with a projected 33 1/3 more by the end of the year. Wait, is this how y'all hoarding the wealth? Y'all get rich, pushing hella product into the streets and then buy it off of each other over time? Smart motherfuckers. No wonder the rest of us are like, goodness gracious, great balls of what the fuck shit, Batman. This ball game is rigged. White-collared America is still wearing the same old pair of 1919 Chicago Black Sox, still thinking it's 1919 in a socio-political standpoint, treating everyone and anyone who isn't a straight, God-fearing white male feel worth less than a protozoan's waste. Yo, rotten corpse of Reaganomics, tell me when the wealth is going to trickle down before more blood of the homeless and innocents trickles down, flooding the cracks in sidewalks and pavements, spewing from the street gutters, seeping into the soil of the cursed burial grounds of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, rooting class struggle deeper into the earth, that it begins to spread in like a fiery, greed-driven cancer through forests and woodlands, rivers and oceans, and the air we breathe in and the sky we can't see. So that's one. And this one's about fandom and wrestling, because why the hell not? This is called Slam Poetry in Motion. One of the coolest things about cosplay is that any day could be like Halloween. Well, maybe minus the candy. It is fun to be passionate about your passions, to be able to express that in a character you connect with from your favorite show, movie, or book. It is fun to be in a massive room full of passionate people who are passionate about their passions, and we are all coexisting in so much passion. Passionate people often get mislabeled as geeks, nerds, losers, but the only losers are the ones who go without passion in their life. Passion is the blood of life that flows through the veins of our spirits, the fluid that fuels this vessel to destinations beyond our wildest dreams. Without passion, there would be no art, and without art, Earth would just be Before any of y'all go out of your way and shame someone for liking something you don't understand, remember that you may have some passions too. Some things that others may say you're nerdy about, you dig? With that said, I guess you could call me a wrestling nerd. with 23 years of following pro wrestling and having a somewhat sizable database of pro wrestling history. So, if any of y'all need to phone a friend when competing on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on a random wrestling question, first off, you got to know your odds. Normally, you have a 25% chance of getting the question correct. But when you phone a friend, you may have a 33 1/3 chance at best. But you see, I'm a genetic freak and I'm not normal. So phoning me will give you a 141 2/3 chance at winning at sacrifice. The numbers don't lie and they spell disaster for the host. Hashtag Steiner Math. With it, fandom comes 12 years of in-ring experience performing in front of crowds around New England, knowing the network that weaves together matches like a patchwork blanket that depicts a story of good versus evil. And I have seen the evil and good in both in the world of pro wrestling. Spoiler alert, politics ruin the fun. At times, egos swell like lumps from bad bumps, rigging storylines to inflate their championship win totals. But at the end of the day, it's nothing but a mere prop for a physical stage play. And in a way, you can say that the squared circle is the stage for slam poetry in motion, where the wrestlers are poets cosplaying, pouring their blood, sweat, and tears onto the stage for our entertainment, to distract ourselves from a reality for 1, 2, 3 hours, where life can be bigger than life itself. Thank you.
He did that damn thing. Unmute yourself, give it up for Dre.
Ray, wow.
Dre.
That was great. That was just great. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It is so good to have you here. It's been so good to be part of you.
Man,
That was beautifully unapologetic.
Okay. That was like a beautiful power bomb right after the clothesline, people's elbow. Listen, man, like you get disrespectful with that stuff, man, and I love it. Right? I truly do. I truly do. Listen, you know how you said my ADHD thanks you, right? Only likes account, I think is what that cat said. You know, he said, you know, people still trying to move around like it's 1919. They're wearing black socks, right? Rotten corpse with Reaganomics. Listen, man, that slam poetry in motion, man. I really dig how you weave that together. Truly. Like I'm gonna be messing with that one for a while too. The phone a friend, he said I'm a genetic freak, right? The poets are cosplaying in the squared circle. That becomes their stage. Yo, that was heavy, Dre. Without art, Earth would just be that was sick. Appreciate you, Dre. You know, again, like I said, a newer mainstay of our community came through, stayed rocking with us, kept with the themes, always getting down. Appreciate you, Dre, for real. And guess what? We get to pass it right off. You know, pass it right off to this next poet. Thank you, first of all, to the next poet who brought the previous poet through and has maintained another mainstay of our community. When this poet first started rocking, they were in the ride, then they got into the stand-up mode, and it's just been popping every time. Man, listen, the one and only Kid Tay is in the building. It is always great to see you, Kid Tay. Let these folks know where they can find you. Come on, take it away.
Hey, you can find me on Instagram under Kitay _ the poetic cat, and it's cat with a K. So I was actually going to read something that was on theme from last week, but I changed my mind. I felt like extremely called to read what I'm about to read, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Discernment is a powerful tool within our body's carcass, our physical home. It's our radar when something feels off. a just judge when we aren't following our true selves. The knowledge that every action and decision has a reaction or consequence. Generally, redirection is for our protection. Sometimes things remain hidden from us until we are able to pass the test blindfolded, purely relying on our intuition. Occasionally, it's hard to listen. When life is busy, bustling with the daily hustle and grind, sometimes that period of stagnancy that most tend to despise is an opportunity to reflect back on how important it is to have a little silence so you can properly listen to your inner guides. Discernment is trusting your judgment and sticking to it. Even if you second guess, it's just a part of the process. Almost as if life is merely a game of never-ending chess. It's possible to make some wrong moves, but all you really need is one right, swift placement on the board to remind you that if you calculate your steps correctly, a win can ensue. The other side may capture all of your pawns. However, if you keep your king safe and protected from harm, you can slap down a checkmate, winning the game. You must move with strategic purpose, logically figuring out which movement will cause a loss or a gain. Real life is similar to chess in this way. We all must take chances, risking our pieces in an attempt to reach victory and achievement. Without risk, there is no forward action. But inaction also creates risk. It's inevitable to try and escape it. By not moving, we remain stuck in a lapse of time where we can choose to stay trapped in our minds instead of reaching out to see what we can actually do in this lifetime. Or make a move and see if it puts us in the right position to smile and place a checkmate. Satisfied with the clever wit we applied, don't underestimate the moves you make because each one is important in your developmental rate, bringing you either closer or further away from the true happiness and fulfillment that you are able to attain. Take your turn. But don't miss out on opportunities because you were too busy surveying one side of the board, one aspect of your life. Because when you need to be assessing each position with careful precision, because each decision you've made so far in life has led you here. Watching people like me get up on a stage as I pour out my thoughts, emotions, hopes, and dreams, as well as situations I've encountered and have seen into this stream of words that flow from my lips and slide into your mind for you to perceive however you wish or see fit. Hopeful that you don't dismiss the lessons and wisdom that I, along with the other poets, extend. I've sat in your seat. So that means you can stand where I place my feet. Thank you for having me.
I told y'all that's just what Kate does. Unmute yourself, give it up for Kate.
Today, what a perfect last night. Thank you. Yeah.
All right,
You are a blessing. I love you.
Ooh, discernment. Listen. I didn't know we were going to get into the sermons of discernment this evening, but I am here for it because you said you're called to read it, right? That's the only reason I plugged that sermon in there, right? The sermons of discernment, because you were called to give us said sermon, right? Redirection is for our protection, right? Or we blindfolded, right? Purely led by our intuition, right? Game of never-ending chess. Listen, I love playing chess. Taught my children how to play chess. Something about that, right? Couple of things you said about chess. You said they can take all your pawns. Absolutely. That's what they're there for. right? That's what they're there for. They should indeed. And he said, without risk, there's no forward action, but only playing one side of the board. Listen, if you are not in the mind of your opponent, you're not really playing chess. You're not. If you're just trying to get your pieces to the other side of the board, you're not playing chess, right? So I definitely appreciate how you put all that together. And you are absolutely right, right? Life is chess, not checkers. You better know all the moves that need to be made and the pieces to make them, because that is how you conquer your opponent. Appreciate you, Kate. Appreciate you. Listen, I don't have to worry about nobody following those two. They get down for real. So I'm gonna challenge y'all to I need a group piece. And if you're not sure what that may look like, we're gonna see one later. I got you, folks. I got you. All right. Coming up next, OG is in the building. Listen, great Scott coming through. Listen, I got a chance to meet this next poet. This OG right here has been rocking with the New Eureka Poets Cafe longer than I have, longer than I knew it existed. This gentleman has been rocking, right? I told you he is the only member of our community that is published in the original New Eureka Poets Cafe anthology. Okay? This cat does it for real. I had the pleasure of hearing him rip in the cafe on that legendary stage. Listen, the Jedi Master is here, man. Let these folks know where they can find you online, Jedi Master. It is always great to see you. You have been such a pivotal point, such a pivotal pillar in our community for years, man. Thank you so much. Please take it away.
Oh, thanks, Elemental. It's so good to be here with everybody again. Who's afraid of change? We should remember that this Monday night was the change. So let's just keep putting one foot in front of the other. And Elemental and RMT, you are the love warriors, and we trust you. So lead on. What else do I have to say? Not much. I'm just going to, because of this auspicious occasion, I'm just going to get into some vintage poetry here. I'd like to take you back to 1992. This is where my emotions led me. It's sorry for all of you who don't like the harsh zone, because that's where I'm going. And besides which, we got Lantern Carrier coming up next, so that'll be a surefire antidote. This just has a title called Piece of Doggerel. Ganga, 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 ganga. I'm going down to Bargain Town, gonna buy your ignorance back for you. I don't see your face no more, must be on the back of your head. Why don't you go clean something up? I'm staying out of the premises of merchants. I'm staying out of the premises of merchants. I'm staying out of the premises of merchants. My own life is one from which I have largely been excluded. So I'm going down to Bargain Town. Hire me a truth out of Bargain Town. Get me a package of purity. Shop for some new inner self. There are bars full of big drunk men down in Bargain Town, gonna steal freedom off a truck in Bargain Town. Peace and love, rotted with illusion and solemn holy nonsense are in a bag of belief on a few square feet down in Bargain Town, where I'm being fucked by a big, huge want. Gonna buy a kiss from impossibility. I own my own. I own my own. I own my own. I own my own. My own. My own. My own. My own. Bargain Town. Excuse me, do you have any packages of need? I want to scrape off all my disappointments. I ordered this life for you. Now won't you live it? I made up these facts for you. Try to believe them. I purchased this sharp piece of the history of the world for you. Now won't you defend yourself from tomorrow? I got this big pile of worm food for that thing that crawled out the hole in your personality. Now won't you eat it? I brought this body here for you. Now won't you fuck it? I've become very funny for you. Now won't you obey my jokes? I smell a dollar bill. Your heart tastes like a dollar bill. Is this a stage or a cash register? Is that your face or a cash register? When you open your mouth, I smell a dollar bill. I saw your childhood marked down for sale in Bargain Town. I'm going down to Bargain Town, gonna buy me some obscenity. Come down from your language to come down from your language to life in Bargain Town. I smell a dollar bill.
Yeah. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Paul Skip.
Oh man.
Genius.
What a perfect tease for this final Monday night.
You know,
You Skip. You are
Paul,
the
you're
soul
really
of
remarkable. You ask the listener to go for such a ride, and you don't tell them where they're going until you have them, and then you start to reveal what it is you're doing, and then you expose them to their environment, to themselves, to their hypocrisy, and you just don't stop. It's really incredible work, and I like that you don't compromise what you write to entertain us, but to teach. So thank you.
No compromise at all.
I'm glad you went that teaching route right there, CC, because I was thinking that exact thing, that he just gave us a master class and you just wrote the syllabus and Michael Sindler just co-signed it. Like that was pretty damn amazing, for real. Paul Skip has been blowing my mind for years. Now, damn it, I was not prepared for that though. I'm serious. Every time you open your mouth, it smells like a dollar bill. It smells like a dollar bill. What? Woo. I'm a hustler, baby. Oh, I just want you to know. Damn, that don't sound like a politician. Whew. I mean, pimping ain't easy, but somebody got to do it. I mean, as long as your breath smell like hundreds and not tens, I mean, like, golly, going down to Bargain Town, gonna steal freedom off a truck in Bargain Town. What? What? Said being fucked by a huge want. I ordered this life for you. Why don't you live it? Obey my jokes. Listen. Listen, man. I get excited. I get excited when I hear stuff like that, man, because you start playing with frequencies, you start playing with people's minds, man. And I love that because, as he said, right, you're forcing people to take this ride with you, and you're actually teaching them something with every turn. You are so always ready to be you at every turn. Thank you, Paul Skip, for rocking with the Monday night for as long as you have. You have really helped to make this space what it really is. Thank you, sir. All right, coming up next. Oh my goodness. And he said it, right? He was gonna hit you with the and here comes the antidote. The most eloquent writer I know in the world. This gentleman stays up crazy hours to hang out with us, but is another incredible pillar of our community. He continues to do what he does, continues to write on the theme and show us how beautifully poetry can be written. The one and only Lantern Carrier is in the building. Thank you so much for being who you are and keeping it always fresh and sharing it with us. Please take it away.
Thank you. I had some computer problems, but I'll do my best. Computer is still going funny. Shades of beauty. In the sunlit fields of this Isle of Spice, I lie among the foliage, savoring the cute sway and fragrance of orchids and marigolds. Both fauna and flora sing to my heart as the magical flight of butterflies, the gentle droning of bees make their way into a soul receptive to their wonder. Not far away, the hue of the blossoming nutmeg pod reminds me of our national flag, the majestic red, gold, and green chanting ballads of the fervor of our people, the diligence and camaraderie of spirit, the love of the creators expressed in their motto, ever conscious of God, we aspire, build, and advance as one people. I blend into the island's fertility, its lush vegetation, the holiness of its aspirations and significant agriculture. Its quintessential magnificence mirrors my soul's pride divine, the knowledge that tiny Grenada has won the gold medal at Chelsea International Flower Show no less than 16 times, attributes to its innate beauty, cultivation, and bewildering gardens. Grenada is awash with blessings, the soothing shades and juices of its coconut palm, its smooth sandy beaches, crystal clear waters, and the friendliness of its people. Its tropical climate, Annandale Falls, and other accolades boasting Jennifer Hostin, Miss World 1970, and the 400 meters gold medalist, Kirani James, London 2012. Seems there is no mountain too high for a country only 122 square miles. Beauty is a song that lies on the crest of God's love, just as much as it mesmerizes in the silent pageantry of its creation. It is in the sacrifice of souls at war, as it is in the trauma and loneliness of a Maya Angelou, who rose to become not only an African-American hero, but an epitome of inspiration across the world, bridging the great divide of color inequities. Helen Keller ascended from the ashes to go beyond deafness and blindness, gave hope through resilience, advocacy for disability rights, women's dignity and justice, education, public speaking, and much more. Our experiences were extraordinary, inspiring millions globally and contributing to the pinnacle of excellence for so many. All is possible in spirit, and just as the soul of Grenada manifests its innate and cultured splendor, so too you and I can excel, rich for promising tomorrows, even as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., through earthly sacrifice, rose to the zenith of the mountain, merging with the oneness of heaven's delight. Let us try like Muhammad Ali, like Jesse Owens, with the dauntless spirit of a Gandhi or Mandela, even as the winds carry our ceaseless fortitude and the sparrows sing our glories. The wings of love will applaud our efforts, even as the glistening moon whispers the luminance to constellations to the acme of love's munificence. May we waltz like stars in the darkness, so our hearts will rejoice. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
You know, I don't know anyone else that can make bloodshed sound so damn eloquent. Unmute yourself, give it up for Lantern Carrier.
That was beautiful.
Deed of eloquence.
Gorgeous.
Oh,
Your words
Lantern.
are always so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Mm.
You are a
Great
blessing.
sharing Monday
Yeah.
night, Mr. Lantern.
I was right there, Lantern.
My wife said hello.
Hey. you know, had I known a year ago, I'm telling you, there's so many things going on this day. Had I known, I could have easily called this Masterclass Monday, right? Because each one of you do this so magnificently. Really, like all of you. Like I'm telling you, undergraduates would just y'all are just amazing in what you do. Lantern, you have a way of like writing on petals of flowers, and every time they show up in your poems, I feel like I can smell them, right? So it automatically puts me in that space. It really does, right? And then you mentioned the magical flight of butterflies, right? A soul receptive to their wonder, right? And then you mentioned this beautiful country, right, in the West Indies. He said, ain't no mountain too high for a country that's only 122 miles, right? And the way that you hold reverence for the poets that you appreciate, right? The way that you show love to Maya Angelou and then throw in Helen Keller, like that's amazing, sir, right? The epitome of inspiration across the world, hope through resilience, right? The sparrows will sing their glories, indeed, just as they will sing yours, sir. Thank you for all that you have done in the past 3 years to make Monday night what it truly is. You are amazing, sir, in every angle. Thank you. Thank you, truly. All right, coming up next. Listen, the Magus is in the building. Listen, this cat right here, he's always fly with it. I have had the pleasure of rocking. Yes, I've had the pleasure of rocking with Gustav for some time now, and let me tell you, this cat truly does have all the gusto. He has come in, like hit the ground running. You know that expression? Gustav is one of those cats, and he has maintained it every single Monday that he has come through. The one and only Gustav Solace in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online, Gustav. It is great to see you. It's been great to rock with you all these years, man. Please take it away.
Hey, Elemental, RMT, and beloved poets. I am Magus801, Magus 801 on Instagram. Give me a follow. Let's start some good trouble. I had to change my set to deal with the sad news of the passing of the Monday night online open mic. I am delighted to hear that we will still be rocking on Thursdays. Let's go. This is called In My Eyes, brand new shit. My words are meant to mesmerize. They make my mouth exercise. Hear me now, hear my cries. Here's some things I must apprise you of. A few words to the wise I must say, lest I agonize over our imminent demise. Take some time to downsize, reduce, reuse, and recycle. I emphasize, resist the urge to ghettoize. Let's save the earth before it dies. On this we must not compromise. From the ground up to the skies, fight the corporate lies that seek to make us balkanize. When we are all one, recognize. This may come as some surprise. You are so beautiful in my eyes. And this is my ode to Nuyo. It's called Syzygy. Behold our loving energy. When stars align, it's syzygy. Nuyo poets' creative diversity. We spit in the face of adversity. Born on wings of eloquence, dropping truths of consequence. Letters forming words of magic, transforming trauma and the tragic. Distilled from pain, the raw emotion pours on the page like an ocean. We keep writing so we don't drown. With every adjective, adverb, verb, and noun, thoughts coalesce that will astound. Watch these weirdos get profound. This Monday night, the place to be. New Eurekan open mic, you see. Our voices coming down the wire. We set this fucking Zoom on fire. Thank you. Love you all.
I love that poem, man. I swear I do. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Gustav.
Yeah.
Gustav.
Yes.
The ink is still
Close it
wet
up,
on
Gus.
that
Yes,
one.
yes. Nice, nice. We do
That
some
takes
place on
courage.
fire. Thanks. Yeah.
Thanks,
Listen.
Gustav.
You know, that dude is just, listen. I know a little bit of Gustav's story, and a lot of us had, you know, a similar story that brought us to this space. And let me tell you, I love the fact that Gustav has got his creativity back. And we have loved every single time that you come through, all the new shit that you rip, all the energy that you give, Gustav. You are one of the mainstays for a reason. You hear Gustav every single night. Every single time Gustav is in the room, you hear his voice. You hear his energy. That is the key to what we do. That has been the key. That has been the foundation, y'all. So why we are here today. Again, this is not necessarily a sad occasion, right? It is, but it's not, right? Because we are still going to be together. Trust, you're still going to have to deal with me, right? You're not getting rid of me that easy, folks. It's not even happening, right? But, right, we are just going to move, right? There's no progress without change. We're just moving down the street a couple of days. That's really it, man. We're just moving down the street. Gustav, I'm telling you, that Syzygy poem, man, like, I need you to put that in every single publication you possibly can, man. For real. Every single publication that you can find that will publish that poem, put it in there. It's one of those world poems, man. It's one of, I say world poems because I believe that everyone on earth could actually get something from it, right? Thank you. Thank you, Gustav, for all that you've done and all you continue to do to make Monday night what it has been. Truly appreciate you. All right, coming up next. Listen, the storytellers are here, man. We heard from a couple of them, and here comes another one. This incredible poet has come through and rocked and made sure that, listen, he might as well be the thing. You know what I mean? Because he just rock solid, man. His 7th book is coming out very soon. He has an incredible story. He's an incredible poet. I like to call him the Vincent Price of poetry, the one and only Ike Waltz in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Ike. I appreciate you every single time that you come through. Your stories are immaculate, sir. Please take it away.
Let me follow up on last week's piano recital of Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata, performed by Nemo Sum. A Moonlight Sonata. So beam me up, Beethoven. And Beethoven said, don't only practice your art, but force your way into its secrets. Art deserves that, for it and knowledge can raise men to the divine. Dreams, waking ecstasy, glide on silver clouds at our nightly walk. And Beethoven reminded Goethe, do not bow low to royalty, as these princes will be forgotten, but we will be remembered. forever. And Mozart giggled in absentia. This moonstruck melody, moonbow's power of melancholy, memorized in erotic submissivity. Our bond, our eternity, only seeks love, our emotional sincerity. We were free. We were naked, we were young, we were holding hands, we looked into our eyes, and I touch and you could see all the pleasures of a moonlit night, pleasing us, you and me. Expectations tantalize, arousal discovers sensual sensation. Skin shivers in passionate waves, tempting silence, breathing heavy, breathing sound beyond meaning. And Schiller said, alle Menschen werden Brüder. Beethoven dared the chorus to jubilate. Alle Menschen sind Brüder. Breathes silence, breathes heavy, breathes sound, tempting feelings, and the kiss finds what is everywhere. Provocative places, so desperately willing to share. The Father in the moon once smiled. He painted us as we were, covered in a sultry summer night, protected in his care. You and me, now one. The moon sang his silver tongue erotic games. Yes, we dared. And now that a new age has begun, wandering about a late tale of yesterday, I say, I see, it's us still today. Father Moon was killed long ago. Exploration told us so. Eyes locked into technical devices, deep sleep, in bits and bytes, bandwidths and apps, listen to screeches, grunts. Every second word, yes, resorts to why motherfuck. Into the night I stare. My past, now helpless, a lifeless sonata, played like a foreign tune, played by a digital pianist, too young to remember a moonlit June. You will never find my lost dream, ecstasy now frustrated, bed, a lover's bed with no crumbs of nourishing bread, but raunchy picture perfect pornography with a moonlit light-year itch and that monotonous digital pitch. A cold precision reality with icy AI sight, insight entangles love of a binary life, and a sexting text downloads your uploads, emphasis on your speedy fiber thread, emoji kisses, emoji delight. The tune misses the heart by design, the taking bed forlorn. The moon does not touch the piano score no more. Inspiration unleashed in a new age, Romeos and Juliets never met Beethoven's soul, now born within imaginal cells, accessible only to an immortal elite controlling a humanity in a permanent larval state. Menschen werden clones. What would Beethoven compose? The answer follows AI's analytical logic into a pitch-perfect cyberspace. So beam me up, Beethoven. Only you can unleash our divine emotion. Do not seek love only, but force our way into its secrets. Yes, love deserves it. As love and knowledge can raise men to its divine union. As for me, so 200 years later, even turbulent past eats inside me. Meeting Beethoven is never too late. Thank you.
I tried to tell y'all who this dude was before he started. Unmute yourself, give it up for Ike Wolf.
What
Mike, thank you for the ode to music too.
Spectacular. So good sharing space with you these Monday nights. Yeah.
Yeah, what an epic emotional trip that was.
Like just how easily you're able to throw in things that we know and then just blend it and make it a smoothie. Yeah, you start off with something that we all know very well, right? A moonlit sonata, right? As a matter of fact, shout out Mouse. My son has that tattooed on around his arm, right? Beam Me Up Sonata. Come on, man. Beam me up, Beethoven. Come on, man. Like when you go there with it, for me, you recognize that that's coming from somewhere else, right? But you're also recognizing your connection to it, right? I say, I see, it's us, right? All the pleasures of a moonlit night. Come on, man. A lifeless sonata, right? Ecstasy, now frustrated. Like there's so many things in how you weave your stories together. Really. Again, I would love to, for you, Ike, I would love to see you write a stage play. Really, as poetic as you are, I would love to see you write an entire stage play. I just think the way that you do what you do, and again, I mentioned that his 7th book, Mirror Mirror, is coming. Listen, this man's an incredible writer. Let me tell you. Thank you so much, Ike. Juliet never met Beethoven's soul. Listen, but I bet they both know who you are, Ike. Thank you so much for doing what you do and sharing it with us week after week. Truly, truly appreciate you. All right. Real quick, before we move forward with the next poet, let me shout out a couple folks. Doug Silver in the building. Appreciate you, Professor Platinum, for coming through, man. Listen, Professor Platinum has always come through and shared his energy, no matter if he was spitting or not. Truly appreciate that, Professor Platinum. Thank you. Garage Poets watching on YouTube. Appreciate you for coming through. Garland Thompson in the building, right? D. Almonte, appreciate y'all, right? Everybody else, you will hear from these folks, right? No matter what it is, you will hear from these folks. I need to hear from everybody this evening, so we will hear from them. All right. Coming up next, Captain Flo in the building, author of Emotional Defibrillator. This guy, man, has come through, a newer mainstay of our community, but has come through and said, yo, I am here. Shout out Mama Flo. So many things that this cat does, man. The one and only Daniel Fernandez in the building. You have helped us transition in so many different ways, man. Really, whether in the brick and mortar, online, man, you have definitely been in the mix. Thank you for all that you have done and the energy that you have shared with us to keep this thing going. Come on, man. Take it away.
Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. I put my link tree in the chat. There you can find my Instagram, Reddit, and also the book behind me, Emotional Defibrillator. For today, I have a poem that I've written a couple months back, actually, and it's called Living in the Negatives. Payday hits, paycheck hits, and I can finally function. I have to cash out a portion before the deductions, make it through a week or two without interruptions, buy groceries before my body malfunctions. Monday comes by, and some bills aren't cleared. Tuesday approaches, which escalates the fear. Wednesday turned up, and the numbers appear. -120, the struggle is real. Thursday arrives, and mental health is severe. Friday hits, but my pay stub isn't here. This bi-weekly shit is asking for a new career. I have to hustle for a week without displaying how I feel. Lack of sleep makes emotions hard to control. Regrets become alarm clocks that make you jolt. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. The truth is untold. Deprivation appeared and a happiness foreclosed. My job is being transferred and my girlfriend is leaving. So much pressure in my chest that's affecting my breathing. I have to stand my ground like a fox when screaming. My choices are illusions because it's quite deceiving. We daydream, 30% of the time, distracting ourselves, but it's all in the mind. We want so much and it's making us blind. Stop looking for it and that's when you'll find. Poetry is worth its weight in gold to me. Help me realize that it's not as bad as it can be. Despite being broke, it gives me the chance to believe. But after the poem's done, I'm back to being worried. I'm trying to keep the wolves away, like Uncle Lucius, working until my soul is clueless. Come home to complain about life being rough, coping any way I can, but honestly, I've had enough. I'm known for giving a good tip, but I can't even give one at this time. I'm starving for an opportunity to align. It's a delicate situation that's painful to describe. Poetry helps, even though some think my honesty is out of line. Those who refuse to depend on others have experienced the most disappointment. People tend to be silent when angry in order to prevent an argument. When rent is late, self-doubt is persistent, surviving in a world ruled by violence. Nothing stays hidden forever, including emotions. It had me concerned, like a bad omen. I will keep going until my legs are broken, praying poetry can save me and set things in motion. My wallet is full of cards, with a balance that's practically empty, with little to no value, like a penny. I'm so broke I can't even go to Wendy's. I have to hustle to make it as stated previously. Placebos can be as good as real treatments. So I write and write so that depression decreases. People don't know themselves nor what they concede. The Jonah complex is haunting my dreams. Being in love makes you a less productive person. Observing the petals of a rose while stuck in tunnel vision. Stranded and open to any suggestions. A genuine soul with great intentions. Stay positive and good things will happen. I have to remind myself before accepting compassion. When confronted by failure, my conscience examines. Progress is a drug that's more addictive than heroin. Living in the negatives while dreaming about the positives. If I keep going down this road, I'll become a fugitive. I'm running out of hope. That's not the way to live. Writing my life down because living is evocative. I never knew that confessions are explosive. If you still don't know why I do this, clearly you haven't noticed. Read this poem over and you'll find the motive. Thank you.
Yeah, that's how you bring all of that funk to the table. I'm telling you, unmute yourself, give it up for Daniel Fernandez.
Yeah.
Daniel.
Get his book. Get his book.
Captain
It's awesome.
Flo.
Captain
Captain
Flo. Indeed.
Yes, sir.
We
That
don't
was
call
dope.
you that
That
for
was awesome.
nothing.
Appreciate the love.
We love you.
Definitely don't call him Captain Flo for nothing. Listen, that dude called it living in the negative. Ain't nothing negative about that, right? He said his bank account say negative 120. The struggle is real. Listen, if you never open up your account expecting to see that negative, man, the struggle's real, right? We daydream 30% of the time. Yeah. Regrets become alarm clocks, make you jolt, for real. Poetry is worth its weight in gold to me. How much does poetry weigh? How much does poetry weigh? Like, I love that, man, for real. Working till my soul is coolest. Yeah, man, like, that's what the American education system wants you to do, right? Just work so you don't think. Just work. Just work. Praying poetry can save me and put things in motion. Come on, man. It's the story of my life. For real. Placebo can be as good as a real thing, 100%. If you believe it here, that placebo definitely will make changes in your life 100% of the time, right? Progress is more addictive than heroin. Ooh, man. Ain't that the truth? Appreciate you, Captain Flo, for coming through and bringing all that heat, all those incredible stories, sometimes in pieces. Like, oh, no, got to come back next week for part 2. Appreciate you, man, for real. You're a one-of-a-kind writer, an incredible poet. I appreciate all the effort and energy that you bring to Monday night, man. Truly, it's been a pleasure rocking with you on Monday night. All right, coming up next, this incredible, this cat, really one of the real newer members of our community, but just came through and just say, yo, I'm here. Came and dropped some very elementary, very rudimentary stuff on you and blew your mind in a 23-minute, like, what was that, 8-week segment or something like that? This dude's phenomenal, man. For real. The one and only Kazi Kaz in the building. man, it has truly been a pleasure rocking with you on Monday nights, man. Listen, all of y'all, I'm hoping everybody moves down the street to Thursday night with us. It has been a pleasure rocking with you, Kaz. Come on, man. Let these folks know where they can find you. Take it away.
Thank you so very much for that kind and loving introduction. As always, man, it's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to rock with y'all, man. Hello, everyone. I hope everybody is good. Actually, it's funny because I've been practicing the ABCs all the way through. It's like 17 minutes. But anyway, so for tonight, all right, you're right. There ain't no mountain high enough, you know? So in light of that, tonight's piece is titled My Fantasy. I want to ride down candy-coated rainbows of sweetly sung lullabies, atop pillow-soft unicorns, and through picturesque fields of fervently loving feathers with sweet-hearted rose petals, amidst the tenderly cradling raindrops of heaven's happily cried waterfalls, all the while floating on angelically humming bubbles, which blissfully hug the young, wild, and free kisses of ecstasy's perfection. Dancing a cappella to the harmoniously synchronized tunes of tiptoeing tulips, which cascade into the pristine pools of bubbly soft clouds, while swimming in the pristinely serene streams of infinity's dream. With harps, whispering sweet nothings into my ear as they woo me with violinic vintage. Symphonies of orchestras orchestrate their choirs to serenade my soul's spirit, to then be whisked away by amorously humming wings, to soar above the heavenly strumming strings which so affably and eloquently sing me down to the love-filled daffodils swaying in the beautifully blooming breezes of bountiful beauty. The starry night lights up as the sun and moon the slow dance, celebrating my cosmically anticipated arrival. Shooting stars roar past us in spirited jubilation. They can barely contain themselves. The planets rejoice in orbit. Then finally, laying me down on a plush bed of velvety sweet cuddles to snuggle with, ever so gently caressing me with unbroken promises, vowing that I will always be adored, cherished, and treasured, like the pleasure of a priceless pearl's endeavor. Thank you.
The pleasure of a priceless pearl's endeavor. This dude does it. I'm telling you. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Kazi Khan.
Yeah, Kaz.
Yeah, Kazi. Yeah.
Khan, that was so incredible. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Again, perfect poem to finish out the Mondays. Your blessing, Kazi. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm honored. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much, man.
Like Kazi Kaz just be coming through and just be doing it. Like, again, I've said this plenty of times before, right? Some people do this, but we do this. Like we really do this, right? And he called it my fantasy, right? Listen, man, like, I believe poets are letters and words as fantasies, right? When actual letters were created, right? And then they started putting them together to make words. When they dream poets, right? They dream of the beings that can put those words together so magically that they call us Dr. Strange, because we actually see the world just sling ringing all the way through from a sanctum sanctorum type of perspective. Listen, Queen coming in the building. Listen, Kaz, like I said, man, the way that you do what you do, how you write, what you write, man, it's so beautifully, uniquely you, right? I can't thank you enough for coming through and helping us to make Monday night what it has become, man. Truly, truly appreciate all your energy, all your effort. Really, thank you, man. Thank you. All right. Shout out Ray Jane. Storm God's in the building. Thunder Lung is in the house, y'all. All right. Coming up next, we're going to get to some of these special guests in the building. Listen, another newer mainstay of our community. This incredible poet had, listen, I'm telling you, like just like DG had the cheat code for the #1 spot, I feel like Prince B had the cheat code for the last spot. He always found a way to get right into that 1 or 2 or 3 last spots, man. Listen, I appreciate you for coming through week after week, man, and sharing your incredible poetry with us. Let these folks know where they can find you online, Prince B. Always great to see you, man. Take it away.
Well, I will be reading 2 poems tonight. The first poem is called Air of Toxicity. Toxic air around me is unbearable now. God, make it leaving soon. Acid rain burns through, suffering and misery. Time to clean up now. That's the first poem. Next poem is untitled right now. Patch band-aids on the child's soul don't heal. Your Achilles heel. Keyword, projection. Doing the shadow work is the query. Asking queries, not in a hurry, but in an incremental gathering of resurfaced memories. The deeper one reflects, the more they learn. Looking and loving self with a spiritual, sacred embrace. Much needed soul searching for me. Much needed soul searching. Much needed soul searching for you. I do. As I look in my past, I learned what led me to today. A play-by-play of photographs, a raft of thoughts, each one making the current me. Each one making each one making the current one. You and I have work to do. Work on us and dust off the 1/3 aperture. Have 1/75 aperture eyes. Poem.
Yo, you know, this dude, I'm telling you, he continued to do this and do it well. Unmute yourself, give it up for Prince of Peace.
Stay in the course. Keep it alive, coming back, working the soul.
Wonderful.
Every week, man. Every week. You're putting in work, dude. Like, you're making it hard for everybody else to get a good work ethic. Good shit, dude.
For real, right? Like, show them what it really is. Show them what success looks like, right? Dre said it earlier, right? I believe Dre said it, right? That was Captain Flo, right? Progress is just as addictive as heroin, right? It is that, right? And I see you got that addiction, man, because you continue to make progress every time I hear you, right? In the first piece, you're talking about acid rain. Come on, man. It is time to clean up, right? And if they don't, it's only going to get ugly and uglier and more ugly, right? In the second piece, you talk about doing the shadow work. That's where the real shit is done, right? Unless you're doing that shadow work, the light is unnecessary. It's ridiculous, right? The spiritual embrace, right? Much needed soul searching. Listen, you put in that kind of work, that's when you're actually making progress, right? And all the things that you learned before have led you to learn what you are today. Thank you, Prince of P, for coming through and for continuing to share your incredible artistry with us. Truly, truly appreciate you. All right, coming up next, this dude right here, I like to call this cat the Edgar Allan Poe of our generation. This incredible poet, shout out PGN, shout out all of the incredible poets around the world. This poet right here, man, I love when this poet comes through because there is, and I say this, right, but there truly is one, only one Frog Corpse. Let these folks know where they can find you online, Frog, man. It has been a pleasure knowing you, man. And every time I get a chance to hear you rock, I learn from you. Come on, man. Take it away.
Absolutely, bro. You can reach me at Frog Corpse through any social media platform. This one is a new one on theme of mountains. Das Krampuslauf. All right. The horned one stamps along the berm, descending from the Inselberg. The bell strung crook with jingling hooves, toppled talus that the glaciers once pushed. By alpine yew through the passes strewn, a marauding clop echoed on a frigid night. The black shell coal painting Bernina's photo, Old Scratch winks with a mold mug of spice. The Hephaestian maker, the old mountain shaker, the basket weave slaver of Valais, turning bone into brine across the valley side with snatching screams from Rhone to Rhine. Old farm fields remained where the youth once went dancing under the eve of a tawny sky. Now their shrieks, inflamed by the root and cane, teach a lofty lesson on Krampus night. This next one is Melancholic Hill. How it remains, a pungence of these flames I've tamed, soot encased, dressing the wounds of a shell I shape, melodious cane, consumed by the cinders where its river washed the banks. Then as it rained, a parade of fantabulation flooded its chorus into a drain. Oh, woeful name, cooling by the muse from a breath, I think, dousing night into a day. The skin song sings, and the phrase of golden grain, brushing on distant limbs, biting bone and nail, in the dread of obsequy, ripping from the quick splinters of anxiety, below the light of La Luna, caressed by Artemis shining. Nyxful nights disrobe their sighs, unraveling a blanket of starry thoughts. Lemuria totem climbing, exercising golden globes, gripped to tit, tasting her moon drips while running fingers along her Megaran road. First child of chaos, the lustful puck of Lauren, flower of lily, the lady in black coming, oh Morgan. And finally, a storm of thought on a Stygian raft, Keating's verse. Pecking clouds drum, raining on my epitaph, sheets of slate robe the etching's path. I drown the sun as if it ever swam, a sunless vision of what the mire demands. Dominion holds a stone, a sleepless shape put to chest. I witness worlds gone into where we've never been. I wanted peace to roam, sought out a happy end. This river flows now, at least that's what she said. The deeper the words are found, take with them the rocky bits. A souvenir of bronze, mountain's birth that forms from sentence. When I remain inside, alone, I lose my senses. And when the waters dry subside, I move the roots of Elysium. And one question unknown I scry, though the answer's missing, although I seek to grow, yet had I ever lived. Thank you.
Yo, you see why I said what I said when I started? I told y'all, unmute yourself, give it up for Frog Corpse.
Woohoo, Frog Corpse! Yeah.
You know, it's a real genius to listen to Frog Corpse's work, because some of us have come up in the age of online and on stage, but what he does is he's surviving the 1800s, 1900s, the 2000, the 21st century. The difference between page and stage, performance. And it doesn't matter what genre you're in, prose, spoken word, poetry, but it's a gift to have him amongst us.
It sure is.
Not
It
that
sure is.
anyone's better or worse, but what he does the way he does is a real gift. And that's a life work. What he's doing is penning a life body of work. So thank you for being who you are and your dedication.
Hey, like I said, right? I say that a lot, right? The one and only. But I'm telling you, Frog is one of those cats, right? Ever since I met Frog, he's been writing poems like that, right? That's why I call him the Edgar Allan Poe of our time, right? I mean, listen, you are known to teach a lofty lesson yourself, Frog, right? In the second piece, you mentioned a parade of fantabulation. Like this guy, amused from a breath, right? And disrobe their skies, right? The first child of chaos. In the third poem, The Storm of Thought, you said first that it was raining on your epitaph. You said, I drowned the sun as if it ever swam. Golly, man, what? That's, man, man, listen, y'all never cease to amaze me, right? I am thankful to be around such a collection of geniuses, Frog, and you're just one of those cats, man. Like, again, as I said, ever since I met Frog Corpse, he has never let me down 100% of the time. Thank you, Frog, for coming through and rocking with us. All right, coming up next, yo, this is another cat, man. And listen, I think this actually might have been our very first resident musician, right? In the new Joski C has been rocking with us from the jump, man. Whether it be Thursday night or Monday night, I always say the week isn't right until we get a Joski C song. But I understand on this side of Thursday night, right? I see the paper in hand, right? Listen, I will be there Thursday night, and I'm hoping that guitar is going to make a feature as it normally does. Let me tell y'all, Joski C is one of those cats, right? Shout out to the queen. Listen, man, I have appreciated you so much, Joski. It is always great to see you. Please, take it away.
Elemental. I had no idea, but this collective will be alive and well. I'm sure of that. There's a mountain of grief, a mountain of struggle. We've begun our ascent. We're using our breath like you do. I have a few poems here. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. What does it take to drop a bomb? What does it take to drop a bomb upon a town? Is there a button to depress or a joystick to move slick with practiced skill, with practiced belief that you must kill? Between. They live between the bombs and the tunnels, where babies can't nap in their high-rise homes, and everyone combs through the rubble, and everyone listens between the bombs. Hierarchy of needs. They still have oxygen, though fogged with smoke and ash. Now they need water for cracked tongues, then food, glucose for their cells, then hope to outrun guns and bombs, because half the people who live there are children. Pamphlets. You think you are absolved of guilt because you dropped pamphlets. You dropped pamphlets before dropping bombs. You dropped bombs on crowded structures. Amidst The rubble of the crowded structures, corpses study pamphlets. Pamphlets with instructions, hours to obey. Where does it say they must die today? And lastly, this is for my father. Barbecue. I see you now by your barbecue, your chair angled toward the trees, a soft summer breeze, gin in a glass. You wanted everywhere to be like that. Tonight, I cuss at relapse, raise this glass so high, wiping raindrops from my face. You died today, though years ago. I'm right back in that place.
Oh,
thank
my
you.
goodness,
Thank you, Elemental. Thank you. Thank you, New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I would never be able to thank you all enough.
Oh my goodness. Come on, man. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Joski C.
Joski C, yeah.
You're an amazing human, man.
You endlessly amaze me, and you inspired me and helped me make up my mind. What's going on tonight?
Yo, I mean, listen, Joski, you've been one of those people that have always given me energy. Like I said, the week isn't right until we get a Joski C song. I'm telling y'all. And listen, that's going to be a part of the new online open mic. Let me tell you, all you resident musicians, you better be coming through and rocking with your boy. I'm putting you on notice right now. The music will continue. I'm telling you. Joski, whether you are writing in lyrics or writing in poems, sir, your words always hit home runs. Let me tell you, a mountain of breath in the first poem. What does it take to drop a bomb in the second poem, right? Is it practice, belief that you must kill? Come on, man. That's indoctrination, is it not? Right? The third poem, you said they're living between the bombs and the tunnels. Man, come on, right? Because everyone listens between the bombs. Next poem, you said the hierarchy of needs, right? You said half of the people that live there are children, right? Now they need water for cracked tongues, right? And then you pamphlets, right? You drop pamphlets before you drop bombs. Listen, and as far as the last poem, right? I truly hope that your dad is resting peacefully. Raise a glass to all the pops who have gone, who are now beautiful muses for us to tell beautiful stories. Thank you. Thank you, Joski. I do hope that we see you at the new address, getting down as you always do, a mainstay of our community. Thank you, Joski, for all that you do. All right, coming up next. Yo, this guy comes through every single time he comes through, man. He always has such a powerful word for us. He always is so plugged in to his inspiration. Damn it. Like so many of us, you know, we get inspiration from so many different places. The Goatberg is always plugged in, let me tell you, and I love when this cat comes through. Thank you so much, Goldberg, for being such a heavyweight part of what Monday night has been. Thank you, sir. I truly appreciate you. It's always great to see you. Please take it away.
Yeah. So when I registered last night, I didn't know there was going to be the last open mic on Monday, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to finish this poem on time. But I'm glad I pulled it through. And actually, I have a poem dedicated to Elemen2al. And I don't think I'll be able to fit it in 3 minutes, but if I have enough time, I'll read it. So this poem that I'm reading tonight is called Mountains Are My Passion. They say climbing a mountain is hard, but ascent is the easiest part. We are climbing 180 feet if We can make it. We'll get to the cliff. There must be gold here. That is our hope. To get samples and walk on the snow. I won't have to descend on a rope. If I found gold here, I will be stoked. I am ready. It's time to descend. Piece of future is now in my hand. Wind is blowing. I'm starting to shake. I know Heavenly Father can take my life at any second today. I go down and continue to pray. It is 600 feet, maybe more. It's a long way to reach the plateau. I can make it today, safe and sound. At the same time, I can't stumble down. Anytime, I can fall down and die. But I know that I still have to try. When I saw all these crystals, I knew it's worth risking it all for this view. But next moment, I started to smile. Nothing is worse than loss of your life. I was stunned, but kept going my way. I did not stop, did not back away. There were so many stories we heard. I have searched, but alas, there's no gold. Those who smart wouldn't climb, we were told. That's not true. There were people with talent. They were doing it not for the gold. It takes courage for those who have done it. People who were disabled have climbed. They have memories they want to save. I'm in awe at the top every time, and I glorify madness of brave. It's a workout. It is overcoming. It's a joy for the people to see. When my son grows up, he will be climbing every year to the mountains with me. There's no gold, but I have no regrets. I reached zenith, and I'm not upset. It was frightening, but I was triumphant. Ain't no mountain that cannot be conquered.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you, it's not Monday night without Goldberg. Unmute yourself, give it up for the Goldberg.
Great job, great job.
Great
job. Good last poem, thanks.
Good stuff.
That's taking
good
the prompt
stuff.
and running with
Still
it.
appreciate it, Alex.
Great ending, by the way. Great ending.
There's something about what Goldberg does, and there's something powerful about what he continues to do and share with us, right? The way that you write your poems, Goldberg, it reminds me of the passion that you have for the words, right? And you're always so fervent in your delivery, right? That is why I love when you come through, man, because I always feel the energy emanating from your poems, right? And then you took it to the next generation, right? Said your son, when he grows up, he'll climb it with you, right? There's something about that, man. There is something about doing something with your life that you can pass on to your children and share it with them. Thank you so much, Goldberg. Listen, I can't thank you enough, man. You've been rocking with us for years, man, and continuing to come through with such powerful poetry. Thank you so much for being a mainstay, Goldberg. Truly, truly appreciate you. All right, y'all. Look, we've come to the end of the list, right? And these next few poets, listen, I had to make sure that the poets that I know who have really helped me move around and done some things to help our community, had to make sure that they were in the building this evening, right? So let's get to that. Coming up first, our resident musician in the building. Listen, anytime this cat comes on, he is sure to blow you away, right? And I love the fact that he's sitting in front of his piano this evening, and even if he plays or not, there's so much inspiration flowing from those keys, man. This cat has been doing it longer than I've even known it was rocking like that, man. And he's still doing it and doing it and doing it well. The one and only CC, our chakra in the building. let these folks know where they can find you online. CC, thank you for all that you do, man. Please take it away.
Okay. Well, big love to everyone here. Big love to Monday. And this is where I was born about a year ago. I came here. This is my book. It's at my website. It's called The Open Microphone, subtitled Human Rights, Free Speech, and the Word. It is a study of free speech. It is listed as a social science work 1, poetry 2. It's in poetry form. It is what we're doing, why we're here. And Joski, you helped me decide what to do today, and CP is another reason that it's going to happen. But I've been writing a lot of poetry, so I got a little ditty I'm going to kick out. Chance. Every morning, love falls asleep on the pillow of night and wakes up to dream. A cold truth comes to realize the illusion of love and chooses to question reality within this very same moment. Here, now, one is deciding to not become a machine. One that can only simulate what a feeling is. Survival arrives with the full fury of hunger and thirst. Life starts to feed on an insatiable journey. Nothing arrives as the night every morning. Chance, don't give up. Subtitle. Okay, CP. Let's see what happens. A long time ago on the internet, if you Google the Jew, Christian, Muslim song, you'll see a ditty from way back, originally written in the late 90s, with a band I called CPR Chagra and Say. CPR Chagra. And this song was originally done on a guitar back in 2003, I think, and it was put on the internet in 2006, and now it's on piano. So I've been trying to figure out a way. And the Human Room Open Voice is my website /THROV. Go there and do that. Just become a participant. It is an open microphone that is unlike anything else on earth, and no one has told me otherwise. And I recently did a Facebook Live thing, and that's enough talking. War of No Heroes. This war of now, there are no heroes. No voice insulting love. A life of peace begins here. By this grave result of children killed in a war where innocents lay dead. Come into the garden where humanity must grow. The cheers of victory to become tears you lost. The loss of life must not be foreshadowed by some joy. For who is here to celebrate a child killed by war? You are the parent of a child dismembered by a bomb. Be a parent holding still in their arms a child who's now gone. Be you stand in ruins with a history not free, and see the crimes of arrogance and heal all bloody flags flag now mourning, and who salutes what is ahead. Expose all of war's evils and the profiting from this. The fuel of information and what is pumped into your heads. Don't erase or sanitize what hides behind all that's unsaid. Don't hate the peaceful movements. There are hearts against our cries to kill. There are no flags divided on any nation, on one world. Without a peaceful movement, the world will see us all bloodthirsty, a real mocking of democracy and pure hypocrisy as us. If freedom spits into the wind, it naturally blows back. What hero wants to have the dream of a child's last breath? This war of now, there are no heroes, no voice insulting love. The life of peace begins here by this grave result of children killed in a war where innocence lay dead. Let the crimes of war be said. Let every crime of war be said. Let all the crimes of war be said. This war of now, there are no heroes.
Listen.
I know that's not easy. You know, every country's got its soldier. Every soldier's trained to protect the mom, the dad, and the flag, and the country, and the family. But if we don't make it as a human family, I think, you know, so the song sucks.
It sucks because it's 100% real. Unmute yourself. Give it up for CC Arshad, bro.
Oh yeah, CC. On point, baby.
Yeah. Remember, your name is CC Arshad, bro.
Powerful words.
That country.
I did say that.
CC, man.
What the fuck?
That was a wonderful fuck up there.
Yeah.
Listen, I wasn't sure, man. Like I was getting some real serious, like John Lennon vibes on how you wrote that. Like, it's just one of those things that I think once you lock it all the way in, it's going to be one of those pieces that you're going to have to record. And people will be deciphering it for some time to come. Love falls asleep on the pillow. But, man, like, life starts to feed on an insatiable journey, right? Deciding not to become a machine. That's difficult, right? Because you said it, right? It depends on what's being pumped into your brain, right? The fuel of information, right? Don't erase or sanitize all that's behind what's said. In this war of now, there is no heroes. I know people like to paint them, right? People like to pretend. But it's not, man, right? in a war where innocents lay dead, there are no heroes, right? Because heroes are supposed to protect the innocent, right? Or did we just miss that whole jump, right? Heroes are supposed to protect the innocent as many as they can. Now, don't get me wrong. We live in a real world here, right? There are heroes in this building right now, and they know you can't save every single one, but you save as many as you absolutely can. And let me tell you, that makes you a hero. Appreciate you, CC. As I said, our resident musician who continues to come through and bring us heavyweight work like that. Right? Every single time he's sitting in front of that computer, I don't know if it's because, you know, Nina is looking down on him. Like, I don't know what it is, but that cat has got some heavyweight energy coming from those keys. Thank you. Thank you, CC, for coming through and hanging out with us as you have. All right. Coming up next, this dynamic duo never ceases to amaze. No pun intended, but the Keeper of Concrete continues to make some power moves, and you will see them in multiple arenas and areas. Trust and believe. Listen, shout out the vets in the building, man. Shout out the folks who love poetry so much that they sacrifice their life for it in so many different ways. Shout out the folks whose words are beyond amazing. They're CP amazing. The one and only CP Mays in the building. Come on, Mays. It's been beyond a pleasure to have met you, man, to have rocked with you, to have the amazing things that we have coming. Shout out to Queens, shout out to Twins. So much, man. Come on, Mays. You know what it is, folks. Take it away. Swan! Hey!
That's
good
awesome.
to see you.
You too, man.
Start, man.
All right. Cigarettes for breakfast, a tall boy for lunch, Jack Daniels for dinner. It still ain't enough. I got a closet in my pocket, a stomach full of wines. A never-ending cycle, you scraping up my eyes, and nothing seems to matter. No one keeps me full, and tired knots in my stomach. I'm tired of playing cool. Just give me a confirmation. Don't paint me a pretty lie. Just give me one reason to not want to die. Oh, love, don't be so cruel. Oh, love, I'll break all your rules.
You split a blunt with your pinky nail, filled it with my most memorable face plants and a lot of weed. Held hands with all of the mistakes I made and got so stoned you swore you heard Hendrix and the wind cry Mary. I never fell in and out of love. I belly flopped and cannonballed into it. You, with your Kid Icarus orgasm, solar flare, I tried big bangs and I fell from the sky. Make no mistake, before you ground me, moon madness metaphors and made me a Martian, made my missing rib the skeleton key, virgin angels flip out of the chastity belt form, made me always slide condoms over my karma so when she stopped by to fuck me over, I'd always be safe. Stage fright your lipstick across my crowd surf collarbone and stick the landing. suture stitch my performance anxiety out of love notes and paper cuts and slow golf claps. I'm so sorry, so sore here, massage therapy mouth, unzip your jeans and manipulate my gravity. Aurora borealis and anesthesia and amnesia and air guitars all applaud. Human, you are God's only encore. Feeding fans spun Nuyo from the underneath of prescription bottles and dared our cross country to breathe as if Lady Liberty slipped off her lingerie just for us to take shots a bourbon from her garter belt, Americana. We were weirdos without a guest list. Guilty of crashing any pity party we could find. She was always waiting for angels to clip up off into her jeans, right? As if her Molotov mouth was made from 2 points, I don't give a damn. As if the last part was important as I kissed the sky. As if all of her riot gear gods were sponsored by bartenders and bar stools, Jack Daniels and John the Baptist, Jose Cuervo and the juvenile Jesus Christ, as if her makers Mark Bourbon Breath didn't daydream she would be the holder of holy water as the kid, as if asking hardworking angels, it's end of the year Christmas bonuses. We're making prayers meet worth it were, worth heaven's heavy taxes were, worth the worries are, where the Thursday's grins were on furlough from karma, making it through hump day without birth control. If you leave, the birthmarks above my collarbone will hang themselves from Adam's apple, as if hunger was to free will, as if fig leaves were the curfew, as if bright ideas kept cliches as chains off doors, as if porch lights still stayed on, as if our late nights lived in light bulbs, as if spinning around our wine bottles, as if they were lighthouses, as if our love didn't look like it came in waves, crashing down, as if our skin wasn't at the shore, as pardon us while we kiss the sky, as if our insecurities wasn't fluent in speaking pillow talk, as if she wasn't as gorgeous as an alcoholic asking a bartender for another goddamn freak, as if the jukebox didn't go juke joint Jimi Hendrix, excuse me. Well, I kiss the skies if please pardon us, while we kiss the skies if in need of our Ambien, y'all, our Abilify, our antidepressants, our alibi parades, as if they're royalty, as if all of these prescription medications are gateway fucking gods, as if they're not homecoming kings, as if they're not crowning charismas of Prince Charming, as if they never stood on notes from the dopest fuck artists I've always known that died of fucking heroin, as if blushing tiaras are hiding themselves, as if story book endings aren't all in rehab Nuyo, as if fairy godmothers and their princesses aren't all powdering their noses with Snow White cigarettes for breakfast, a tall boy for lunch, Jack Daniels for dinner. It still ain't enough. I got a clause in my pocket, stomach full of lies, but never-ending cyclone. You're scraping up my eyes, and nothing seems to matter. Nothing keeps me full. I ain't not in my stomach. I'm so tired of playing pool. Just give me confirmation, New York. Don't paint me a pretty goddamn lie. Give us all one reason to not want to die. Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't be so cruel. Oh, no.
I'll break all your rules.
This guy. Unmute yourself. Give it up for CP, Maze, and Swan.
Woo-hoo! Amazing.
Yeah. Swan, what an incredible reading. Wow. What a beautiful poem.
Thank you.
Hats off to you.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Amazing.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank
Wow,
you.
Really fantastic.
You guys are gonna have to use the song thing. You gotta set that up.
Ooh, that is so good.
This is the beginning of something. What you did was a seed for what is to come. That was, you just guys witnessed something really raw. But you watch what could happen if they take that into a studio. If you put a bass player in there, a light jump track behind that, and you get somebody just tickling something just minimal, just a 3-piece jazz.
Hey,
I'm not done. I'm not done. Let me finish loving on them. Let me finish loving on this too, because I got big love. I got big love. You can shut me up. You got the mute button. You go ahead and use it if you have to. I love you. That's it. Okay, I love you.
Listen, y'all. Listen, these two right here, right? Probably, like I said, probably the dopest dynamic duo under this yellow sun. I'm telling you, I've seen recordings of this when Swan was pregnant, belting these notes out on stage, y'all. I'm telling you. We're getting it mad filtered, but oh my gosh, right? And then, right? She happens to be singing next to one of the dopest poets on planet Earth to ever pick up a pen and call it poetry. And then they have the nerve to do it together. They do it together, right? So you get your mind blown this way, and then it comes back being blown the other way. Like, come on, I guess I get to keep some of it in the crossfire. Shit. Y'all are amazing, man. For real, like, said I never fell in and out of love. I belly flopped into that shit. Like, yo, oh man, like condoms over my karma. So when she tried to fuck me over, like, man, man, like Molotov Mouse 2 parts. I don't give a like. Come on, man. Heaven's heavy taxes, like jukebox didn't go. Man, storybook ending, right? Powdering their noses with Snow White. Listen, man, the frequencies that y'all manipulate, right? The sonics that you create, as CC was saying, right? Once the world gets a load of that, I would say be very careful, because they're going to get addicted to it very, very quickly. And you'll have to mass produce that shit. For real. Y'all are phenomenal. Thank you for coming through this evening. Again, shout out to Twins. Shout out for all y'all do. I know it is so heavyweight, but thank you. Thank you so much for what y'all do. I'll rap with y'all soon. Y'all know what it is. Appreciate you. For real. Listen, y'all. This is what we do, right? And these next 3 poets right here are truly, truly proof of how we've been able to hold this down, how we've been able to do this for as long as we have. These next three poets, they just have like special places in my heart, man, and they know exactly why. Coming up first, the newly appointed poet laureate of Teaneck, New Jersey, this incredible poet. Listen, man. Like this dude right here is he's just one of them. He really is one of them, right? From New York to New Jersey, this dude is him. It's Great Scott, man. Like Great Scott is in the building, y'all. The one and only Scott Pleasance is here. Let these folks know where they can find you online, man. Listen, I really, really would not be here without all of your guidance, all of your help, man. You really have been a pillar in my life, not just in this community, man. Thank you for all that you have done. Please take it away.
Yeah, appreciate it, Elemental. Just wanted to come out and show some support for you. I know you're turning on the page, but you know you're going exactly where you're supposed to be. And CP Mays, oh man, you know, yeah, incredible, man. Just incredible, brother. You know, so wherever it is that we go, I want everybody to just, you know, constantly remember that people like to hear our poetry, the rhyme, the styles, the cadence, the washing of words, and the whirlwind of managed metaphors. They like to compliment and say, wow. They like to encourage and say, how. They like to emphasize and say, now. That was deep, or that was dope, or that was that thing hanging from a thread in my mind and you pulled on to tug on. You brought it out and spilled it across the floor, making them step in it, like wet in it, like I bet they get in it all over them. People like to hear our poetry. In back rooms, in the front of the class, in cafes, on stage, even when there is no stage. Poets say there is a stage. And as we listen to the words that walk and talk, that dance and prance, that ooze and smooth, that cry and die, yes, poets do die. Or do they? Or are their words forever a part of the universal law that keeps things in balance or out of balance, like the seesaw in the playground that only moved with two weights on each end, and when the wind decides to blow on an empty swing, just to show you that movement of words will always be, whether people are in the seat or not. People like to hear our poetry. But let me make a few things perfectly clear. If clear is perfection, then possibility is certainty, but only if you are staring from the balcony or on the rooftop with the 3-foot wire fence to protect. But you're 5 feet tall. Can you hear the words that I'm saying, like the Sunday that you're praying, reaching in an empty pocket at life's toll for funds you're paying? And if you dare to continue to create, there is no fear that one day you will write and recite the greatest poem ever told that sold to the highest bidder. So let me be a lunch counter to the culture and allow you to spit, I mean, sit on this poetry shit. You see, people like to hear our poetry. So I hope you hear this. Thank you.
Yo, I'm telling you, man. Damn it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Scott Pleasance.
All right, baby.
There was much love coming from many directions.
Congratulations on getting poet laureate.
I didn't have to do homework on this desk.
Wow.
I would flip the desk. I would just flip the desk.
Big lesson.
I love
That's
this
crazy.
Good job.
Oh.
Shout out the vets in the building. I'm telling you. Listen, it was about 2 years ago, I want to say. Maybe even 3. It was about 2 years ago, right? On a Christmas, right around this time, right? The prior host, listen, love that dude, right? Everybody was doing all these things, right? And this incredible gentleman, Great Scott, said, yo, I've been rocking. You've been hearing me all year. I want to just go ahead and pass my spot to someone else. And what was born out of that night? Great Scott, we have a pleasant gesture. That's because of this incredible man right here, folks. The one and only Scott Pleasants. As I said, now he's a poet laureate. I know that dude, for real. He's incredible, man, for real. A genuinely just incredible human being. Thank you, Scott Pleasants, for all that you do, all that you've done, helping to make Monday night what it has been. Thank you, sir. Truly, truly appreciate you. I'll holler at you soon. All right. Final two poets of the evening. This next poet, man, look. What can I not say about this incredible poet? First of all, I haven't seen this poet in a while. Good to see you, Queen. Secondly, listen. When I first came on the scene, there are a few people that just blew my wig all the way back. And this is the original one, the original and one and only Thunder Lung, former host of the Thursday Night Online Open Mic. The one and only Ray Jane is in the building. Come on, Thunder Lung. Man, it really has been too long. First of all, since I've seen you. Secondly, since I've heard your work. However, and I still got to take my picture to make sure it goes on the gram, right? Author of Black Like That. You can hear it, you can read it, you can feel it. Let me tell you, shout out C4, Storm Gods in the building. This incredible poet is a healer in more ways than you can believe. One of the most powerful poets on planet Earth. I give to you, the one and only, Ray J. Come on, Thunder Lung. Tell these folks what to do. Great to see you. Take it away.
Good to see you too, my brother. I gotta move this mic a little closer to me. Peace, fam. It's wonderful to see you all. It's been a while. Elemental, first and foremost, shout out to you, man, for holding down this space, this platform for as long as you have, creating something unique that people are proud to return to and indulge in and take part in joyously. There's always joy here. So I thank you for that. You know, joy is hard to come by out here these days. So we thank you for curating a little joy for us every Monday. We know you're going to go on to continue to do the same, but let me just take a moment and honor you for what you've given to this community. We thank you for your sacrifice. It ain't easy to host. It ain't easy to give up this time to fight. You know, sometimes when people don't even know you fighting for them, and you fighting tooth and nail, and sometimes you fighting yourself for the community. So we appreciate you for staying in it. We appreciate you for being here. I want to be respectful to all the other poets. I thank y'all for allowing me to share space with you. I honor you. I respect you all, your pen so much. I'm just sitting here like, all right, I got another poem to write. I'm gonna write that one. I'm gonna write this one. So inspired by you all. Man, it's a joy to be amongst you, even if just to listen. So I thank you, Elemental, for making space for me to share too. All right, they said I got a new book. They ain't lying. Okay, it's called Black Like That. All right, it's my first poetry book ever. I wrote it like it might be my last. It ain't gonna be my last, but just in case, because you know the world is crazy. Yes, thank you, Gustav. You got it, all my peoples. I thank you, Village, for supporting me. So I'm gonna read a piece from there and then a new piece right quick. Shout out to CP. Yo, shout out to CP and Swan. My God. Y'all inspire me, so I'm gonna sing two. This piece is entitled Cotton. Georgia, Georgia, the whole way through, the whole way through. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Georgia on my mind. On my way to Grandma's house, winding down roads that invented darkness, Georgia red clay grinding beneath us. On my way to Grandma's house, the pecan groves leap to taste the sky, reaching for each other in rows. A human calls them perfect. On my way to Grandma's house, we pass the white church first. Know we are near to home, but not quite there. Mount Zion Baptist, the final evidence, also where the asphalt runs out. On my way to Grandma's house, when farms that looked more like fields, I told Daddy to pull over right quick. I ain't never seen the cotton so high. On my way to Grandma's house, Daddy told tales of summer allowances earned picking our ancestors' nemesis. Something old in my soul turned over. On my way to Grandma's house, the reality of sharecropping in these bones crept between me and my daddy. On my way to Grandma's house, he suggested I touch this snow white fluff on a stick. I was mesmerized by how ugly hatred can make something so beautiful, something so miraculous, something like the earth growing our modesty. On my way to Grandma's house, I refused to touch. Daddy nodded, knowing, also feeling what is still wailing, what remains bloodied in capitalism's farm. On my way to Grandma's house, we agreed our people have picked enough cotton. All right. And one newbie, if I got time, if that's okay. Hey.
Go.
Thank you, bro. This is new shit. I think one of few of y'all might have heard it, but whatever. It's about what's going on. An emerging hellscape. Oh no! The rapacious are leading with their bellies again. Can you feel our old friendship sliding into the in-between? Uncomfortable being this intimate with the crevices of their modern disbelief. How no attention paid to the swaying of grass movements beneath their blood-bottomed feet, leaving trails thinking they were still anonymously operating. The night still provided enough cover for the snatchings, the callings into gutters, the quiet exchanges of flesh and doctrines under hungry kitchen tables, bargaining with false currency of democracy, monopoly money made so dirty now we could never afford to pass go. Oh no! Oppressors never guessed the Congo would rewrite the code, call back all coltan to our motherboards, pave path to the mothership in demands to see all pale palms hidden, landed in Sudan right where beauty and wickedness change hands, all while calling out for justice in Yemen, media made to keep the head spinning, douse the need to vomit with vermouth, but verily, verily, the silence say to you the real gag is, in the depths next to the truth, more than enough dirt to dig in, dig this. Rumor has it the kin of Lord Rothschild's over here reneging, but you ain't hear that from me. And by the way, the debased keep unveiling they snitching. In my hood, that'll get you fucked up. No wonder Iran and Egypt hitting us up like, hey, to keep it a buck, you could get this work too. I'm from the bottom, I know what that means. I'm still surviving that volume. World been at war with me and all my threes. Some are awakening from the dream to a reality where citizenship just means you get to be Americans. The ever-flinching children of a drunken, cussing, murdering parent. Quick question, is being an American an experiment on the limits of Stockholm penance? Because I'm just wondering, whose pennant am I paying for? Why $80 at the grocery store gets me a head of lettuce plus tax? Why I got all these American degrees, don't know free and feel like a failure? How does that math? Enough to have billions left to gift when America swatters still on Flint. And for those of you who won't move without facts and figures, then figure this.
American tax dollars provide 3.8 billion in aid, not to you or me, while we bleed annually 14.3 billion recently. So Uncle Sam giving out lobster dinners while feeding me and you boys and Mickey D's, making excuses for killing Social Security, got hip to us trying to be vegan and mutated all the seeds, selling us all at birth, signing us away in ink. That's INC, stacking imaginary debt when I've been a millionaire since my first wink. But America grew me in grief and got me Big Luther begging for student loan relief, selling organs on Amazon to fix Mountain Dew rotted teeth, stepping over veterans over the way to urgent care, cause who can afford care that's primary anyway? When nothing exists above second last citizen if you're darker than a paper bag, but American, or again from Yemen, or perhaps you Sudanese or Palestinian or Congolese or anything blacker than whoever's thieving in secret needs us to be. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, I told y'all, man. Unmute yourself, give it up for Ray J.
Fucking A, Ray J. That was a
Wow. Buy that book, support your community.
Oh,
Ray J. Yeah.
Underlove for real.
That don't
So
make no
amazing
sense.
book.
That don't make no damn sense. That don't make no damn
So-
sense. I'm gonna tell my mom on
Not an inkling, not a damn iota worth of sense does that make. Let me tell
That don't
you.
make no sense. That don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Kudos.
Gosh.
Oh.
Damn it, Ray. Listen.
Oh.
Damn it, Ray. Listen. First of all, thank you. Thank you for being the absolute powerhouse you have always been, right? From the first shit to the new shit is just as fresh as spring shit. Like, you do this thing so effortlessly, right? And then you have the nerve to start switching it up. Like, I could hear your cadence switching. Like, just like I could hear the train coming down the track. Like, come on, man. I get excited. I'm telling you, I get excited. Try to. And you got the best switch in the business, Ray. For real. Like I couldn't think of a better like moniker than that, because your switch is truly like a sonic boom. It is. An emerging hellscape. I don't know, man. I don't know what heaven's gonna do when you get there, because they have to change everything. Like, y'all have to reinforce these walls. As Ray Jane starts singing, it's over for y'all. It's over for y'all. She just told you, she just put Georgia on your mind. You hear that? You still thinking about Georgia, even now. Ah, man, look. Farms that look like fields picking our ancestors' nemesis. Sharecropping in these bones. You better tell them. Tell them. Right? Black belt, Georgia. Come on, man. Come on, man. An emerging hellscape. Listen. Dig this, right? Make pass to the mothership, right? Monopoly money made so dirty now. Like, come on, man. Cause stitching in my hood, that'll get you fucked up, right? Don't pretend around these parts, baby. You know, you leaving stitches, right? Where citizenship just means you get to be American, paying your Stockholm penance. How does that math? How does that math? 3 billion in aid while we bleed trillions annually. Giving out lobster dinners, but we getting toxic McDonald's. Big Luther begging. I know y'all might not have got that one, right? Big Luther begging, like, yo. Ray, you're phenomenal in what you do. I appreciate you for coming through and just reminding the community, you know, why we all did this in the first place, right? And if you are not familiar with Ray Jane, I suggest that you go back just a couple months, few short months back, and it was Thunderlung Thursdays was popping for real. Thank you, Ray. I am honored. I am blessed to call you a storm god, to know that we are a part of C4, to know that we are just a part of the legacy of what we were trying to do. And we did. I can't thank you enough, Ray, for all that you have done to help me be comfortable in this space. For real, I've learned so much from you. I continue to learn from you. Thank you. Thank you, Ray. Thank you. All right. Coming up next, listen, haven't heard from this cat in a while, but let me tell you about this dude. Again, make sure you stand at the position of attention when you rap with this cat. We talking about a bona fide American hero, right? Trust me, if things pop off in a negative way, you will be getting orders from this next poet. The one and only Mr. Speaker is in the building. Shout out to 757. Listen, if you are not familiar with Mr. Speaker, stand up. Make sure they recognize, man. I'm telling you, the one and only Mr. Speaker. Come on, bro. It's always great to see you. Take it away.
Shout out to the community. I appreciate you guys. I want to say shout out to Ray. Girl, I love you. Also, what I didn't hear you say is that book is also on audio. I know because I got it. And I love listening to that book on audio. I'm like, what the world? You did all that in audio and written form? Let's go. Not mad at you. Just appreciating you. Shout out to those two hosts. Y'all great hosts. I love you. Y'all forever connected right here in this universe. Where you are, we're going to be there. We can't be there physically. We're definitely there in spirit. Love you. Thank you, Elemen2al, for holding down what got us through the pandemic. I don't want people to forget. It's drew a lot of us together. We would have never been connected like this. And I just appreciate you. And shout out to all of you all who holding on to the end, because I just know y'all die hard. Y'all love poetry. Y'all sticking around. So let's get it in. Warrior Angel. Warrior Angel. We've been talking a lot about God and stuff. Let's go. Call me Michael, Archangel, God's muscle, messenger might. Heaven's bouncer, sin pouncer, evil trouncer, to God alone I answer, because he created me. And believe this, I am good at my job, as I am his strong arm. I block evil and harm from the living and the dead. Let it be said, never worry. I alone know where Moses' bones are buried. Once best buddies bros with that slippery singer Satan for what it is worth. I personally cast him and his team to the earth, along with greed, envy, and other evils, while angels cheered and the Savior watched, knowing that he would have to step in as a buffer for sin. Some fear him, Satan, while he fears me. Brought him to his knees, flung him across the seas. It was me that evicted Adam and Eve from the garden, and I destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. See, I am God's wrath. Do the math. I am undefeated at this fighting task. The angel of war I am. I cause evil individuals to create the phrase, goddamn. Here he comes again. Always jumps in to protect his friends, repeatedly wins, never loses the sin. Truth be told, I am the reason there is hell on earth, while sin dwells in the souls of men, while humans study the art of war, not the heart of peace. I imprison those demons on your streets, causing the terror to grow with the wheat. Do not dread, trust every word God said. Conduct your search and you will see that I am the most powerful force on heaven or earth. This is not a game. I dominate all domains. This is not a game. I dominate all domains. My name, the ultimate war cry, fighting for his glory and fame. I am known and feared by the Christian, Jew, and those that worship Buddha and Islam. I am the inspiration for the warrior psalm. I am because he is. You are because we are. Me, an instrument of war, God's flaming sword, the original ultimate fighter, leader of the heavenly hosts. commander, king of battle, never rattle. Follow me if you want to live. I am the strong tower, the great wall, indestructible force, unstoppable juggernaut, protector, no angel higher, gladiator, God's communicator. Call me love. As I conquer all, stand with me as I stand with him, because, baby, he will never fall. In peace.
Yeah, that dude, yo, that's what I'm talking about, man. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, what a perfect way to close the night and Mondays.
Great.
Your words are just always so incredible. Thank you. It
was powerful.
Wow.
Pleasure to hear you.
It was serious.
Yeah.
If you want to live, follow
I'm gonna have to
me.
catch up on that Netflix series. God's wife. That was some writing. I don't know if you guys saw that one, dude.
Yo, I told y'all about Mr. Speaker, man. That dude, even in his day job, personifies his poetry. Even in his day job. Some people have, alter egos. Nah, this dude stays in uniform, right? It's something about that, man. He said, call me Michael, right? Heaven's bouncer, right? I am God's wrath. I alone know where Moses' bones are buried. Come on, man. Come on. What? Why people are learning the art of war, not the heart of peace? Man. My name is the ultimate war cry. Inspiration for the warrior song, right? God's flaming sword, the original ultimate fighter. That was funny. He said that, and then he said, I'm God's communicator. I've never, ever heard of a warrior with a flaming sword being sent as a communicator. Man, that is power. That is power. Because I don't need this sword to slay you. But if you need that, I got that work for you. Man, man, I appreciate that, Mr. Speaker, so much, man. For real, man. Again, I've learned so much from you, right? Mr. Speaker is just one of those dudes, right? If you don't know Mr. Speaker, make sure you plug in with Mr. Speaker, man. He's really, really a genuine dude, man. I can't thank you enough. I really can't say I love y'all enough, especially the folks that, came through and just, do what you do at such a beautifully high level. You sometimes make me, question my, not having an oxygen mask right at my hand, because y'all just be taking it up so high, man. Listen, I just feel like since we right here, right, we almost to the limit. I'm gonna give y'all something that I just feel is only right. I'm gonna drop a piece for y'all. I'm gonna give you the, the ending, and then, we will say, Godspeed to Monday night. And then we'll move to Thursday, man, and we'll just keep that same energy cooking and boiling to make it a space where we can actually live and survive together. So, and listen, as I finish this poem again, just like y'all, right? Some new shit. As I was listening to the poems this evening, man, we are so aligned, folks. To every poet who has touched the mic this evening, I can't tell you how much I love y'all, because I would sound like a dribbling snot-nosed just mess, because y'all have saved my life more times than I could count. Really. I just want to share this with y'all. This is my newest piece. Shout out the paint slingers in the building. I really love y'all. Monday night has been something different for me. I've been carving out Monday nights for 3 years, man. When this was handed to me, I wasn't necessarily sure I could do it for as long as I have. But in all actuality, tonight really marks 1 year of me hosting Monday night. And I really would not have been here without all of y'all. Truly, I thank y'all so much. I love y'all so much. This is Casualties of War. The first casualty of war is always truth as consequence for blasphemous tongue lashing in names of holy scripture called gospel, according to archangels still falling for anything, believe in nothing more than false calculations of what they consider deity, pocket prophets profiting off pestilence poised on porcupine quills for wild kingdom deals that gorilla fist ecosystems into compliance, where bright blue eyes on prize of prizes surprised by my presence disguised as benevolence because they say I'm dangerous. Tell me, which mask are we to believe? From catastrophes they happily schemed in bed with devilish dreams of sucking Satan's speculations, swallowing serpents, addicted to murder, speaking in body bags because there's no profit in caucus alternatives that materialize your bastardized logic into westernized board games. Masked as government schemes because brothers gonna work it out. Whether pimping, Parker, or Coke, money makes State of Union addresses, printing presses, pyramid of protection guarded by stormtroopers and jackboots as black-proof shadows secure sickening secrets as beautiful reminder of whom they protect and serve, give life and limb to keep Jim and Jane plain as domestic violence radiating from corner to manicured corner, missing the entire point of revolt in language not from 60s sarcophagus slang familiar to few on this side of SES wicked whip strike sound of as familiar as ghetto bird propellers languishing in labor till work becomes 4 alarm clock turn fire sale make you overdose on this matrix. Reality. Travesty of a fallacy that could only be spelled tragedy. But miraculously, it became a republic stuffed with loveless that lawlessness signed its contract with raw sewage, a septic system with sepsis make you anti because your biotics conflict with prescriptions meant to keep self-opposition of designation that clearly states 13 colonies profiting off Herculean efforts of men while they manifest make-believe, play war games and reenactments of MAGA maggots manifesting misaligned assignments for profit of his story turned history trapped in textbooks we call socialization. Curriculum where we text books from Bing to Google, DuckDuckGo everywhere. Everywhere our ancestors never could only dream where facts exist like walking in front doors or making enough money to live or making money or making enough to actually fashion an existence dancing on devil's vocal cords like learning a language borrowed from Beelzebub bubbling torment into tyranny, triangulated in sickest of frequencies, filtered by forked tongues that fillet fornication into prime rib, make it real estate, no gristle, top shelf, acres upon acres of glory, soaked in savage screams, they vineyard into quality bottles, aged to perfection, perfect pairing with all things bloody, from bangers and mash to battlefields, keep it gangster. From infancy to infantry, war will claim its fallen angels who fall next to false gods with terror for tears, breathing a hell spawn's last breath that sound like prayers, like scripture, like gospel, according to nothing more than blasphemous casualties of war, laid to rest with the rest of the truth. Peace, y'all. Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
Fire.
Here.
That's the truth. God
Thank you.
dang.
Thank you.
That's
Well,
how you sorting out that motherfucker.
home
That's
to
what I'm talking
the end
about.
Mondays.
Dancing
Indeed.
at the devil's
Truth
vocal
delivered
cords.
powerfully.
We love you, brother. We love you.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
That's how we do it.
That is how we do it. Yes, that is. That's how Elemental does it
Borrowed
too.
that line.
Yeah, loving you.
Man. Yeah, man. This is the energy. Yeah, man, that hook coming back at you, DG. Listen, man.
Thanks.
There's so much that y'all have done for me. Y'all saved my life so many Mondays, man. So many Mondays, y'all. So many weeks. Like, I'm not gonna get emotional in this space, bro. But so many weeks, man. Y'all have just kept our community one of the brightest spots in the world. I'm telling you, they can see our Monday nights, our Thursday nights. They can see it from the space station. I promise you, man, because y'all are the brightest stars that don't exist in that space, man. I'm telling you, I have been in love with y'all in this space ever since the first day I got here, man. And today is no different. I thank each and every one of you for rocking with us, for being a part of this monumental space, right? From the pandemic, through the pandemic, all the way to now, man, you have made Monday night spectacular. You have made Monday night the hypest night of the week. You have made Monday night just the most energetic part of my week. I love y'all so very much. I can't thank you enough. I look forward to seeing y'all when we move to Thursday night. Here's the plan, y'all. Next week, Thursday night, 8 o'clock. That is going to be the new address of our online open mic. Make sure you follow through. You will see it again very soon. I love y'all so much, man. Thank you for making Monday night the hypest, the greatest, the dopest night around. Until we meet again, may this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Monday nights with y'all. Until we meet again, peace, blessings.